Dirt track racing, running through my blood every week. I'm broke, but I can't give it up. Play on my boots, engine screaming loud, living for the lap when the green goes down. Packing that track in lap after lap, meeting in the pits, rules laid out flat. Hot laps flying, just setting the tone. Qualify quick or you're headed home. Crew in the trailer, wrenches in.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for the Cohen Shaw Micro Podcast. This is the week of after July 3rd, but realized that my last video cut off for the June 13th, or I think that the June 12th event for Plaza Park Raceway. Have the results for that event. Big headlines was Jet Yanis winning 3 divisions in one night. He won the non-wing division and then went on to win Wing Outlaw. And then, of course, the USAC Avanti Windows and Doors Western States Midgets to go 2 in a row. And ultimately 3 in a row with the series. The first one to do that since Kyle Larson back, I believe USAC posted in 2019. Kyle did that as Jet won Plaza Park, went to Ventura the next night and won that, and then went to Plaza Park and won that night. Other headlines for that night was Jet was also the first one to win 3 divisions in one night since Doug Silva did it in 1990, and he's also the first repeat midget winner at the Plaza Park Raceway since Rusty Rasmussen did it in the 80s. Rusty has 3 wins, Jet now 2 USAC wins, and then multiple people with 1, including Ronnie Gardner, Wally Pankratz, and Caden Sorali. So, also from Plaza Park Raceway, Micah Porter picking up his first restricted win at the Plaza Park Raceway. Lee Uzel adding to his win count, making his way up the all-time wins list. He's now tied with Michael Facino as well as Nathan Ward on that list. I believe that's 3rd or 4th, a 3-way tie for that spot. And then Dalton Pereira ended up winning the A-Class division, adding to his win count as well, as he continues to make the climb up the charts for Plaza Park for the A-Class stock division. That now leads into July 3rd. We mentioned that we were going to be doing a lead-up for the Road to Gold, make that Road to Clay Cup at Deming Speedway, and they had IKO Midsummer Series or Midpoint Series event on July 3rd, last Friday night. And we also have some highlights thanks to Fast 4 Media, so we'll play those and give you a recap of what happened on July 3rd. Junior Sprints wrapped up their main event with a 3-lap shootout with the restart. Chase Danielson had the live call from Deming Speedway.
This one, Coates gonna pick up the pace early. We're back underway. Another great restart for Sargent. Already all over the back bumper of Coates now. They dive down into 1 and 2. Sargent washes wide. Here comes Fisher now. Poked a nose momentarily off the exit of turn number 2. Fisher trying to get around Sargent, but white flag is out for Luke Coates. Down the back straightaway. It's been all Luke Coates in this main event. Through 3 and off of 4. Luke Coates will pick up the A main event win. Kason Sargent second. Lucas Fisher continues the streak. Has not missed a podium yet this season. Cole Dishnu 4th and DJ Sturmer in 5th.
Fighting battle for second there at the end, but Luke Coates picked up the victory in the 54. 49 Kason Sargent came out on top of that 2-car battle for second, with Lucas Fisher putting the pressure in the 73. He ended up finishing 3rd. 41 Cole Dishnow ran 4th. Good +3 for him. Dane Sturmer run 5th, rounding out the top 5 in the 50D. Then Austin Harrison 37. 85W Easton Williams. The 66W Wyatt Dart. 75J Kennedy Myers, and the 77T of Titus Dagan, rounding out the top 10 for your Capstone Plastering Junior Sprint main event. The Northwest Focus Midgets were in action at the Deming Speedway. Here's the halfway through the main event. A great battle between Peterson and Westergaard for the lead. Slide job by Peterson to get the lead, and was looking good there at the midpoint.
Jared Peterson losing a couple spots early, but
Westergaard attacking the top.
Westergaard looks to track him back down.
But Peterson was looking to go on to victory.
Shane Smith and Braden Wager. Wager diamonds off the corner, gets the run off of turn 2. And going to 3 and 4, slide up the banking. Look out, your leader's off the pace.
Great battle
Jared
there. Things getting
Peterson
close
off the
for
pace.
third. And then
Yellow
Peterson
flag
lost power,
got Silt, and then
bringing his
allows
main
Jeff
event to a
Westergaard
halt.
to pull car lanes
That set
on
up a
Brandon
restart.
Wager. Down the back straightaway and into 3 and 4 for the final time. Jeff Westergaard.
All Jeff Westergaard going on to victory for the Northwest Focus Midgets. Results for the Northwest Focus Midgets. Jeff Westergaard got the win in the 66, and it was Braden Wager in the 87C ran second. Shane Smith in the 44 ran third. Ashley Thompson in the 41 ran fourth, and Kyle Hansen in car 17 rounded out the top 5 for the Northwest Focus Midgets. Next up was the Doyle Guffey's Rally Auto 600 Restricted Division. Once again, a great car count for the restricted class, as car count was 31. They ended up running split B features. And here's highlights halfway through the main event. Heavy lap traffic for your leaders. That's Hudson Little in the 23. And things were about to get interesting as Dayton Empey, hot on his heels, 2 lap cars right ahead of him.
Can't get around Fraser Empey. Right on the back bumper now.
And then here on the front stretch, things getting tight. Deming Speedway not very wide on the straightaways. Your leaders were hanging tough there. And then near catastrophe for your leader right there as he took a peek underneath the lap car.
So no lap cars in between your lead 2.
Finally cleared one in turn 3.
Look out, one slowing in front
2 cars coming together on the front stretch, one coming to a stop, and that would draw the yellow with 7 laps to go and take your leaders out of traffic.
Logan Williams pulls in.
I'm going to talk about getting out of the...
And it'd be clear sailing for the 23 from there on out. Dayton Empey had a great run, going to come up in the runner-up spot. Your leader got into traffic, but it was too little too late, coming to the white flag. And that would bring the restricted main event to an exciting close of what could have been. Nonetheless, Hudson Little picking up the victory in the 23H. Solid first victory there in the restricted division. 3D Dayton Empey was second. Hudson Johnson rounding out the podium in the 27. Then Ryan Cannon in the 40R. Jace Metcalf in the 23 rounding out your top 5. Remainder of the top 10 was Drake Wiersma in the 7W. 27E Ethan McFarland. 16B Brooklyn Bracey. 99 Aiden Stone, and the 17 Sage Parker, your top 10 for the Doyle Guffey's Rally Auto 600 Restricted Division. Next up is the Shots to Go Espresso 1200 Division. A solid 14 cars. They usually get their car count built up coming into Clay Cup. And on the pole, it was the N8 of Nate Vaughn and the 10 of Kyle Mitchell. Vaughn would roll the bottom in turns 1 and 2 and hold on to the lead down the backstretch. Mitchell hot on his heels.
Advantage on Mitchell down the back straightaway, and will lead lap number 1. Vaughn, Mitchell,
as it would stay that way for majority of the main event until Heartbreak struck here with 8 laps to go. Nate, sizable lead through 1 and 2, and then falls off the pace coming out of turn 2, and that brings the N8's run to a halt. Already a feature winner in 2026 at Deming, and was looking to add to that count, but not going to happen on July 3rd. Kyle Mitchell would take over the lead from there in a solid restart, and he'll bring the checkers home in that Lemley Racing number 10M. Kyle Mitchell, your winner. 22D was Dakota Drake in second. Great run for her. The 8, Jared Alseth, rounding out the podium. And then 10J, Derek Holmwood. And the 5, Alex Lewis, your top 5. Remainder of the top 10 was the 30, Terry Lewis. The 22, Peyton Drake. The 6H, Haley Bloodgood. 09, Tyson Cross. And 10S, Clinton Holloway, rounding out the top 10 for your Shots to Go Espresso 1200 division. Then it was main event time with the Speed Mart 600 division. Another solid car count as expected leading into Clay Cup as B feature for the 600s. The 30-lap feature was one to live up for. Peterson, Thomas, both feature winners on the season. This was an exciting feature, and we'll hand the call to Caleb Hart.
Number 4, green flag. We go racing. On the start, Thomas up, around, into the top spot. Peterson down low, settles into second. It is Knapp who has worked his way into third here in the early going. Lap is complete and we're underway. Peterson looked down low. Hippity hopped off the bottom of 2. That allows Thomas to breathe for 1 more second. As Knapp right in on the back of him now. Peterson up to the high groove coming out of 2. Runs out of room down the back straightaway. They'll attack the top coming off of 4, no go. Up high and into the marbles goes Peterson. He knows he's going to have to get all the way alongside Thomas in order to make the pass. Tristan is making very wide straightaways here. Jared backs off it a little bit. Now pounds the top again through the corner. Knapp lingering, watching the battle in front of him. Thomas wide off at turn number 2, all the way up to the wall. Little sparkage on the stab of the brake on the Peterson car. He'll angle off, try to beat him down low into turn number 1. He's got the lane on him, got a 2. Car wheel stands a hair. Lead change through 3. Diamond move from Thomas off of 4. New leader on lap 7 is Peterson. Jared Peterson timed it up and executed it perfectly. Peterson now leads. It's the 21 of Jalakis. Sitting 4th in 5th is the 23 of Resch. Good action all the way. Double file through the back of the pack. And this could get really hairy as we get to lap traffic. We know how good Jared is getting through those slower cars. See, as he approaches the back of the field, things are very, very thick with the traffic, and Thomas is right there. First car up is the 49 of Peters. Leaders are out at turn number 2 as they whip down the back straightaway. Here's Peterson in the 21, following Peters through. Thomas pursuing him in traffic at the 13-lap mark. Peterson went down low, couldn't get by Peters. Now he's got to move down to the bottom. He will short slide him in through the corner, gets past and gets underneath Morgan in the same move. Nice job, Peterson. He will work down low. He'll get another. 2 cars in between him and Thomas as Thomas looks to carve through. Look out, it's a mess through the corner, and Peterson got a piece of that. Thomas gets the lead on 15. Tristan Thomas into the traffic. Peterson is half a straightaway back from him. So we're going to be down to 6 to go. Lap traffic has been the story of this race. As now with 5 laps left, Tristan Thomas looking to get the win with the wing on. Peterson clears Whitney. Thomas is coming up on Serrano. Sands in the hourglass are getting awfully short. Peterson trying to get through the corner. Heavier lap traffic showing up. Serrano battling with your leader. There's Thomas down low. And Thomas gets past the slower car. Peterson's off the pace. Peterson off the pace. He gets into the infield with 3 to go, and that just about makes it academic for the 9. 2 laps left. Colton Knapp a long ways back. Levi Hillier is rallied to 3rd. He's working on Knapp for 2nd. White flag for Thomas one more time around. He got through traffic clean as he did so. Secures the win here on midseason championship night. The W to Tristan Thomas. 2nd is Knapp. 3rd is Hillier.
Like I said in last week's episode, the
4th,
Washington versus California Clay Cup scene is going to be the biggest ever in a few years at least. As Tristan Thomas picked up the win there in the 9T, he has some good momentum heading into the next couple of weeks. And defending champion Jared Peterson was giving him fits until tragedy struck in lap traffic, and then next thing you know, off the pace, and that put an end to the 21's night. Colton Knapp, a solid run in 2nd. Moved up from the restricted division, had some great showings every time it came down to California. Colton Knapp runs 2nd, and then Levi Hillier in 3rd in the 24L. The youngsters are starting to make their way and make their presence known. Fourth was the 21J Clayton Jalakis, another one that travels down at the end of the year to California. The 23R Dylan Resch rounding out your top 5. Cooper Anderson was 6th in the 2. 78S Spencer Constance was 7th. 88C Dominic Carter, 7 Kyle Mitchell, and the 5D of Braden Danielson rounding out your top 10. Danielson actually a good 17th to 10th run on that night, and he ended up passing the most cars in that main event. That leads in to this weekend. Actually, going to be Friday night, July 10th, the Dave Key Classic, paying tribute to Dave Key that we lost a few years ago, a pioneer in racing from super modifieds, and of course his son Davey in sprint cars, which trickles down to Colton and Cody, and now KSM Key, the 4th generation driver of the Key family. But nonetheless, going to be a great event. Lots of money up for grabs. I believe I saw $1,000 to win for 600s and restricted, and $750 for the 1200 division. So that'll be great to watch. And once again, the road to Clay Cup. So that'll be the preliminary to leading in to the week after, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the Clay Cup Nationals, prestigious event at the Deming Speedway. And you can catch all those events live on Fast 4 Media. We'll be having another episode next week talking about the Dave Key Classic, as once again, California tracks are dark for the Clay Cup and the Dave Key Classic, and also Arizona dark while the summer and the heat and everything. So we'll be talking about that and who's hot and what's going on leading into Clay Cup. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.